See, I'm recording now. What's up, bitches?
Hello, motherfucker.
Say hi, Baba. Say hi to the camera. You know, I think so much about when this guy's gonna die. It's always on my mind. Because I realize what I'm in right now. And just the same way that I look back at my teens, I'm gonna look back at my 20s. And even though life feels right now like this is the pinnacle or the peak, eventually it will become the past. And so will you, Baba. And it's a very scary thought. Love you, buddy. I just think a lot about, like, I'm probably gonna end up getting another cat at some point, and I just think that sucks that that I'm not gonna do that until Akuma probably passes away. But then that cat will never know of Akuma. That cat won't understand, you know? Damn. But then I'm like, okay, I can't let that happen. He's gotta have a buddy. I gotta get him a buddy of some sort. But, I don't know, if I get him a little kitten, wouldn't he be annoyed at some point by the kitten? You know, I thought that kittens and cats don't get along or something. But also, do you want a companion? I mean, besides me? I was debated on it, and I never wanted to do it. And I'm like, do you want a buddy? Thing is, he has buddies outside. He has female buddies outside. I've also been wondering that too. I don't think I've ever seen Akuma hang out with another male cat. Not that I can tell anyway. Most of the cats he hangs out with, I can very much obviously tell that they are girls because they're very skinny. So my boy gets girls, but I don't know if he's cool with other cats. Akuma, he's shy. Bubba, are you cool with other people? Are you cool with other cats? Yeah. He doesn't understand anything that I'm saying because he's a cat, but he said yes. That's what he told me. Damn. You're gonna be the past one day. I think a lot about a future family that I might have, and they won't understand who you are or what you mean to me. Well, they probably will. You know, I'm acting like you're gonna die tomorrow, which you won't. Well, we don't know. Life is crazy. Love you, Baba. So, life. What's been up? Kind of just felt like talking to a camera. So I was supposed to go to therapy today. See our family therapist, Ben, for the first time in forever. Just because I've been needing it. And I checked an email yesterday, and what do you fucking know? He messaged me 2 weeks ago saying that somebody took my time and could I do a different time, and I was like, fuck, because chances are he's probably not going to see this tomorrow morning, and chances are he's already filled that role, you know. So I just left it. It is what it is. Mercy got out of the body shop yesterday after work or during work. Some dude from work took me over to go pick her up. And so I dropped her off at my work, and I took my mom's car back to my house because I figured it'd be better to be with my mom's car, and I just don't want to leave my mom's car alone. So I took my mom's car, and um, this morning I went to go pick my mom up so she could take us back. I picked her up, and in my head, the whole time, on my way down, I was wondering whether or not my mom was going to let me drive her car back up. Because it's her car and I'm driving it, right? But I just started having a conversation in my head, as I do very often, to my mother, and I just started playing out what the conversation that we would have would be on the way back up from her house to go pick up my car, because I had a lot to talk about, if that isn't obvious. And so I was trying to get deep, and when I show up to my mom's house, I text her, and she opens up the garage door, and she comes out with my sister Rosalind, and my mom goes, "I want to drive." It's the first thing she says. I was like, okay, well, that answers that. And so I got out and I got in the passenger seat. And then my mom proceeded to politely take everything that I owned that was inside of the car, because she let me borrow it, and pack it all up neatly and hand it to me in my hand. She tells me that she doesn't like my music, and she turns it off and starts playing her music. And after like 4 or 5 minutes of her fixing all her stuff up, we take off. And I was like, okay, sorry, Bubba. And I was like, goddamn. And I was like, of course. So anyway, my sister's a lot younger than me, so I can only get so deep in the car, and in conversation. And so I just don't say anything, because I was very upset at the fact that my mom has a habit of busting down the door and what feels like to me taking over all, like taking up all the space and all the air. Like, she's there, she's gonna let you know she's there, and things have to be her way immediately. And it really started to upset me, because I just realized that, like, I just kept thinking to myself, so like, I just felt like, damn, this is where I get it from. And I'm not blaming my mom. It was eye-opening to me to go, like, no wonder I have to, like, feel like I have to fight for everything and feel like everything has to be my way and stuff like that. Like, I was thinking, no wonder I don't feel comfortable around my family, and I don't like hanging out with them. They like to hang out with me. I don't ever see a point in hanging out with my family, because to me, it always just feels like they don't want to hang out with me. I feel like they just want to have the whole family around, so that way they can say they have the whole family around, because I don't get what my role is, what role I feel in my family. I really don't. And it just makes me feel uncomfortable when I'm around them, because when I'm around them, I feel, and I put this on myself, but I feel like I have to alter who I am and be somebody more PC for them, because they're religious and I have such different ideology than they do. And I just feel, I don't know how I feel. It sucks that it's upsetting to me. I hate that other people's beliefs bug me, and I've noticed that. Um, I just spoke with Don right now, and because yesterday I asked him for some boons, and he called me today, and he suggested the idea that me and his friend Jake, who owns the sales division in that I'm selling for, anyway, he suggested we go up in the mountains and we trip, and we do it with purpose. And the first thing that came to mind was being nervous. I was just scared, but I guess everything is kind of fucking freaking me out lately. So and of all the scenarios in which I could find myself taking mushrooms with two people on a hike with all the intention in the world of bettering ourselves, it's probably one of the better ways to do it. So gotta jump, gotta get prepped. I feel so emotionally heavy, and I know that I do it to myself a lot, especially just the weed. I get it. It's like, doesn't help. I get it. But what else? What else is there? It just, the question I keep coming back to, and so that's what I'm hoping I'll be able to I'm hoping I'll be able to fuck. Here I go again, looking for a purpose. Looking for a purpose in another trip. But I just don't know what to do. Don't know what to do, don't know where to go. And I have found myself in such a rut in life. I feel like I'm stalled out, like I'm trying to go forward, but I have no traction. I have no grip on reality. And so I'm hoping that tripping will give me a different perspective and that I can see myself outside of this box that I have painted myself in, because, man, this is not good. This is not good. We're not in a good place. I love myself. I need to call this something, because it is the paradox of my life. I was just thinking, I'm an artist, because I am. And I'm so lost within my picture that I do not want to see the whole thing. I don't want to. And that's the reason why I continue in such terrible direction. I really, really love this color. I can just tell that when I look at the whole picture that is my life, I'll see a lot of dark, and it's just because I love it. I just love it. But I have to see purpose in something. It's not even that. Again, back to the paradox, because I see that I am an artist painting. So the pain that I feel is brought on by myself. This is what I want my picture to look like right now. For whatever reason, it feels good. It just feels good. It's addicting. And I see myself painting, so what am I supposed to do? Step in my own way? Now the picture's supposed to be like this. Bitch, if you don't get back in the image, you don't know what you're talking about. But I have become so engrossed in the picture that I have lost myself. I do not know which one is me, what I am, who I am. And I understand that living life without marijuana will just give me a different perspective, perhaps the perspective I'm looking for, but I don't feel like I see a reason to go over there, to push myself to go through it. This cold, because again, Donovan's doing lots of ice baths, and I'm seeing him a lot, and it's becoming a popular thing in culture. And that, to me, after doing one, and after taking that shower, fucking Jesus, I think that shower was almost worse, just because of the fact that, God, that was so awful. And I'm like, that's where I need to go. I need to go through that hell. But I just don't see a reason to do it. I really just don't see a reason to push myself. I don't have that fire within me that's going to keep me driven when shit gets difficult. I just don't have it. I don't have a reason for being. I always go back to that. I don't have a reason for being. Right now, Kuma's sitting on top of the left side of the desk. I'm not going to move the camera, but he's right here. And my desk lifts up like this. But I have a little booklet that's underneath him. I'm not going to bug him for it, though, because he looks comfy. And this book, to me, is scripture. It literally is. It's this tiny little notebook journal that I have that's titled The Period. I think I named it later. But it is my acid trip, my first one when I wake up. And it is really awesome. It's fucking dope. I love it, and I know that it has no significance to anyone else, but to me, every time that I touch it, I can feel energy off of it. It's really weird. I can just feel back to that time and how strong I was feeling, what I was feeling. But the whole purpose of that trip was to find out who I was. Who am I? Who am I? I wanted to know so badly. And so me and Jordy was getting up. Boom. Boom. I wonder if that's gonna read duh. It probably won't. It'll probably be backwards. Anyway. I took all these notes. One day I want to publish that. I'm not even shitting you. But I took all these notes while I was being driven through American Ford Canyon with Jordy during the summer. 2020 probably sounds right. Whoa, was it 2020? 2019 or 2020? I think it was 2020. Wow. Trippy. Wow. Anyway, to sum it up very quickly, I asked so hard in the notebook who the fuck I was that I reached through. This is definitely while I was peaking. I was inside of a hot car. Jordy had gotten outside. He was on a blanket chilling outside, and I was like, no, bro. The hotter it gets in here, the fucking higher I'm getting, and the more I feel something's happening. And so he got out, and when he got out, I began to fucking speak to my soul. It was awesome. And I took advantage of that time. I asked the deepest, realest questions I possibly could. And I asked who I was, and the answer I got was that I am who I want to be. And fucking dope. A really cool answer. One that will set you free until you realize what freedom is. It's fun. See, this story is fun. I enjoy this story. I do. I just wish I was in a different part of it, because I see down the road when things get better for me. I see it. I'm just right now, I'm not there, and I guess I'm not willing to make the sacrifices that I need to make in order to get to where I want to be, because I don't see a reason to being there. I really don't. I've tried, and I am just scared that once I start to face difficulty again, I will freeze, because I don't have a reason to go through it. I just don't feel in my soul there's a reason to fight, um, and that's the truth. Fuck what people think. That's the truth. Um, I see this game. I understand now what the point is. The point is to find a point. The point is to create a point. The point is just to be, to exist, to experience, to go through. And it's beautiful when I'm doing it proper. And when I'm not, it feels really, really damning. Again, going back to the analogy of the cog in the game. See, look, this is all because I'm high. All this is because I'm high. Me talking right now is because I'm high. These thoughts, this idea is because I'm high. But I get that. If I'm not feeling this way, if I'm not worried about this, if I'm not making this my problem, then what is life? What is it? What am I supposed to do? Go ahead. Greg got an answer. I can tell you he's got an answer. In the future, he does. He's watching this back. I'm having fun, though. You see, there's the trap. I'm having fun. I'm having fun because what else am I supposed to do? What else am I supposed to do but suffer? You just got to pick a way to do it. Why am I suffering this way? Because it's easy. Why don't I want to go through hard things? Because I don't have a reason. That might not be the answer from your soul. It might be the answer from weed, but if that's not the answer, then what is? I don't want to go through hard things. I'm scared I'll fail. What if I come to realize that I can't do it? Why should I try again? I don't have a reason to try again. Why should I try again? I've been really thinking lately about getting myself well, not super lately, as of this morning, but this idea came about after a lot of pondering over all this fucking social media. It's fucking killing my life. It's skewing my perception so much. Maybe get a flip phone. But then I really, really thought about that, and I was like, bro, do you understand what that means? And the biggest thing that held me up was YouTube, because I consume so much audio, both through videos and music, that I probably listen to upwards of 10 hours a week easy. I think that's easy. because I work and I always have my earbuds in and shit. Um, it'd be nice to get away from the social media, but then I thought, what about texting people? Um, and I can text with little buttons, but come on, let's be for real. Let's be for real, you know? Photos. What if I need to look things up? What if I need directions? That's probably a big one that I'm not even thinking about. What about banking? Stuff like that. But then I thought, there's probably a phone that's designed for exactly what I'm thinking about. And if I really want it, I'll get it. And yesterday, I was watching Philip DeFranco show. It was one of his videos, and he's explaining why people are so lonely. And he starts giving all these statistics from some whatever. And it was saying that pretty much everybody feels lonely right now, and that there are a ridiculous amount of people that aren't in relationships compared to before, and that it pretty much comes down to the fact that that women are becoming more independent, so they're not relying on guys, which means that their standards are going up for what they're looking for in a person, and guys just aren't meeting those standards essentially. And then he proceeds to speak for the next 5 to 10 minutes about Gregory in detail, fine detail. And I was like, fuck. And this is a video I had just turned on because I like to let the TV run while I take a shower. And I just decided to sit down and watch it. And I just randomly caught this. Randomly. And the biggest thing it said is that guys are turning a lot of their time, instead of doing whatever, going and get a degree, going and getting a degree, or something like that. That guys are spending a lot of their time on social media, pornography, video games, and streaming platforms, and weed. That right there, he didn't say that, but that right there completes it right there. That's the Pentagon that rules Greg's life. So I was like, fuck. What am I supposed to do? Because I just feel like I'm in such a big hole. Like I feel like I have walked so far in one direction, and now I have to turn around and start walking backwards. And I just see that I've been walking this way for fucking 20 years now, plus. So facing the fact that, I already know the fact, but I still just keep walking in that direction because it's easier. It's wrong, but it's easier. It's hard to walk regardless. And so I just keep walking and suffering in this direction instead of turning around and suffering for the right thing. But I just feel like the right thing is so far away from me. What I want is so far away because I feel like I have just jumbled so much shit up. Like, I have no idea how to unravel this massive, massive fucking bomb that I've let off in my life. That it just seems so overwhelming and so impossible that I could even come close to overcoming this issue, that I just give up. I just don't. I judge myself a lot because I think of the things that I say, and then I think, what do you think girls think when they hear that? What do you think, a female thinks when they hear me being so weak or so unambitious? Like, it only makes me feel more shame in myself when I decide to look at all this stuff. Because when I do, I just see how much there is to correct, and I know that I just don't have it in me. I feel like I need to do it all at once, and I don't understand how somebody ever quits something, how they just put it down and then never touch it again. Or is that not how quitting works? And people quit in different ways, and they quit by not touching it as much, and just doing it every once in a while, once a year, once a whatever. I don't know how you get the want to do that. I don't get it. I need a reason. I need a reason. I need a reason to fucking become a rapper. I need a reason to keep making these podcasts. I need a reason to make music. I need a reason to become a fucking champion. I need a reason to actually fight MMA. I need a reason to rematch Corbin. I need a reason. I need a reason. And I just don't have any here. And that's why I want to trip on mushrooms, so that hopefully I can put all this down here, and I can walk over there, and I can look at all the shit over here and see something different that I'm just not seeing, because fuck, stuck, bro. I just feel like I'm spinning my wheels right now. I never finished my story about my mother. I was just feeling so much, and after we had gotten in the car and my mom had started playing her music, I just started crying to myself, just because I got upset with her. And as we were driving away, I saw a church, and I got upset at the church, and I just thought things, and I just got angry in my head about my life, and about why I am the way that I am, and who I am. And after getting pissed off at my mom for not even saying hi and just kicking me out of the car and whatever, and after getting pissed off at the church just because just because fuck them and fuck that, I just started getting upset at myself. I just felt like such a loser for feeling the way that I did, feeling the way that I do. And I just realized that, like, I've been feeling this way my whole life, and I can't. Just sucks I've been going through it. I was in the passenger seat, and I shed a couple tears, just because life's difficult. And my mom didn't notice. She's driving, she's focused on the road. And I just thought to myself, like, it just felt like the perfect analogy for my life, because that's kind of how things have been for me. It's like my mom has been so concerned with providing and supporting, that she was never really emotionally available growing up. And when she did have her own time, things had to be her way. And I get it. I get why, because life is exhausting. But I just realized, like, damn, I'm the exact same way around other people. And it's so hard for me to do things for others or put myself in uncomfortable places or do things I don't want to, um, for the sake of other people, for the sake of making other people more comfortable than I am. I feel it's just me trying to protect myself. I feel like I have been trying my whole life to be my father because I didn't have one. I mean, from what my mom tells me, my dad was emotional as fuck too, and she tells me all the time that that's where I get it from. But even then, I've been trying to figure this shit out just on my own, and my mom is too busy keeping me alive to really help me go through all this. I don't know. My mom doesn't really fuck with emotional men, so she says she puts up with it because of me and my brother, but she just doesn't get it. She doesn't understand it, and so I just feel like it falls on deaf ears most of the time, and I'm just left developing on my own, and it's like trying to put together a fucking model of an airplane or some shit like that without any instructions. Like, I don't know even what the fuck I'm supposed to do. I'm trying shit, but I just feel so stuck. Like, everything I do try just doesn't work. And I just get really, really sick of trying and really sick of building. And what makes it worse is just that I know that nobody cares, and I get that people care, but nobody's there to live your life for you. There is nobody there that is going to put their pain aside to take care of yours, because everybody is going through it. Everybody. So I'm just left here with this fucking science project that I don't even know what the fuck I'm doing or why I'm doing it. I'm not even having fun doing it. I think it's a really big reason why I just need to put down social media and stuff, because I am too focused on how other people are working their projects, and I have no clue what the fuck I'm doing. Like, maybe I would be enjoying what the fuck I'm doing and what I'm building a lot more if I wasn't even aware of what the hell other people were doing, you know. It's so ass backwards that happiness is the goal. But that's what we want. That's what I want. You can't keep that. Maybe you can. Who the fuck knows? I haven't found a way yet. I just like to know what the fuck I'm doing. I think that would make me happy. I wish I could find a reason to do something for myself. Be cool with that reason. Be content with it. I know that life changes, but I would like to have a battery of some sort that keeps me going. And I want it to be organic. I want it to be real. I don't want it to come from somebody. I don't want to need to pay a price for it. Or if I do, then let it be the natural price, not having to switch who I am or how I live my life for somebody else unless it's for me. I just feel like I'm trying to feel something. Purpose, reason, being. You name it. I don't know. I'm trying to think if there was a real point to the rest of that story with my mom, but I think that was pretty much it. I mean, afterwards, my mom offered to get me groceries at Costco, which I also felt was pretty ironic because that is again how my parents show love is, and I love it. I appreciate it so much. It's more than I could ask for. Um, but it's providing. It is getting me things. It is getting me food, making sure I'm fed. That's how my parents provide for me. Um, but the emotional part and that sort of support, I just have to get somewhere else. And I was just crying in the car because I felt sad for myself that since I've been a kid, I've just had to fucking do this thing myself. Like, discipline is all I need. I just don't know how to get it or the reason for having it. Obviously, I know the reason, but I don't have a reason to keep it. I don't have a reason to make it my reason for being. It's hard. It's like fucking keeping your arms up. It doesn't get easier. Your arms don't get fucking lighter. Shit is exhausting. And after a while, you have to put your arms down. And after I put my arms down, I'm like, hold the fuck up. Why am I gonna do this shit again? What is the reason for what it is we're doing? It don't make no sense. And so that's where I just get stuck. And so yeah, speaking of stuck, I'm here speaking in a circle. So I think I'm done. I'm gonna go watch some fucking Snowfall. Season 6 dropped yesterday. We got 2 episodes. That's 2 fucking hours of Snowfall. If you haven't seen Snowfall, go fucking watch Snowfall. It's on Hulu. It's one of the best shows you'll ever watch. Anyway, today's what? I always look like it has the date. It is a Friday. Tomorrow is Krylov versus Span. Oh my god, it's gonna be down there. Who the fuck cares? Alright. I love you, bro. Take care of yourself. I'll see you later. Yeah. Keep painting my G.